The Starship will take off and land on Mars, and nothing will stop it. SpaceX has launched another denomination of the Starship, nicknamed Ship 2.0. This type looks sleek and luxurious, something you can say fits in the 21st century style of modern technology. You're free to call it a smart starship, where everything will be computerized, and you won't be wrong. Everything about it looks clean, exquisite, and with a seductive touch of luxury. SpaceX understands that if people want to be interested in traveling in the Starship for at least 7 months, they have to make it look as luxurious as possible, so that once people set their eyes on the shiny look of the Starship, they'll be charmed by its luxury. Just like everyone will want to spend years living a luxury-filled life in Jeff Bezos' $500 million yacht, that's a picture of what Ship 2.0 will look like, and believe me, the interior will create a relaxed atmosphere everyone will long to enjoy. Hence, having the decision to create a luxurious life everyone will live birthed the Starship 2.0. But the question is, how will the body of Ship 2.0 be designed, and what about the interior? Will it have the same segment as the Starship, or will it be different? Watch this video to the end to discover the answer to all these questions and see for yourself the luxurious interior of Ship 2.0 that is finally exposed. NASA will use it to set down American astronauts on the moon. The Pentagon intends to use it to transport military supplies across the globe quickly. It has the potential to lower the cost of travel to space, which is being eyed by astronomers, satellite companies, and prospective space tourists. Elon Musk calls it the holy grail of space technology and considers it essential to his ultimate goal of colonizing Mars. All these descriptions are ascribed to the Starship, but the upgraded Starship 2.0 has unique benefits. The future of space travel and domination belongs to Musk's private space company, SpaceX. Whether or not the company realizes Musk's aspirations could depend on its success or failure. Many generations of scientists have been heartbroken by the elusive dream of colonizing planets and conquering space. This project is likely waiting for a madman or genius ready to take the risk necessary to do what no one has done. The same person who helped launch the age of autonomous vehicles with his Tesla project has made the outrageous claim that humans will reach Mars within the next few years. Has Elon Musk correctly described the next scientific advance of the century? Has technology advanced sufficiently to enable the completion of such projects? Particularly, these questions have a genuinely multifaceted solution. The difficulties of colonizing the red planet are much likely greater than the chances of a spacecraft carrying people landing on its surface. If Elon Musk and SpaceX have their way, humans will soon be able to live on Mars, fulfilling a long-held fantasy of many science fictions. Contrary to what is shown in science fiction movies and books, SpaceX attempts to make this a reality. SpaceX and Musk are confident that by making this one of the company's primary goals, humans will be part of space colonists by latest 2030. The Starship 2.0 is an astounding 390 feet high and about 30 feet in diameter, including the booster. However, if you double the cylinder's height and width, its volume can be increased by almost 8 times that of a Starship. That could be a crucial indicator for the colonization of Mars. Although it is hardly a quick journey, the shortest distance between Earth and Mars is 33.9 million miles. Thus, it is vital to consider how this will affect human psychology during the travel, meaning everything has to be relaxed and enjoyable for humans to wish to be on the Starship and travel to space before talking about Mars. 1 million people will need to be sent to Mars, although initially only a few hundred specialists. The majority of them will be builders who will need tools and materials. Due to the larger volume of a Starship, more passengers and specialized equipment may be sent. This implies that fewer flights between Earth and Mars are necessary for the colonization process to start successfully. Due to the Starship 2.0 expanded volume, it will be easy to transfer equipment with large dimensions but a relatively low mass, such as modular building materials can be used to construct more giant structures. To work with the Martian soil, SpaceX will need pipes and channels. Excavators and buckets are required for the power supply, and at key locations, solar panels are needed to power the entire Mars metropolis. So with a cargo of 30 feet in diameter, which has been upgraded in the Starship 2.0, it will be advantageous to transport equipment of a larger size to space. An increase in internal capacity greatly broadens the payload range. The Starship 2.0 will also be able to transport larger pieces of machinery, such as the necessary building blocks for a complete factory for refining rocket fuel. Remember that Elon Musk did not choose the methane and oxygen fuel mixture used by Raptor engines by accident. In fact, he abandoned hydrogen at the beginning of the Raptor engine development. However, given that the atmosphere of Mars is primarily composed of carbon dioxide and that there is a lot of water in its crust, it's possible to convert Martian CO2 and water into methane with the help of electrolysis and the Sabatier reaction. The design of Starship 2.0 is based on two basic requirements: low gravity and a zero-G environment. Each floor should logically be planned to fulfill these two requirements with a function for survival and the astronauts' psychological needs. The lower floor of Ship 2.0 will house all hardware tools, life support systems, and other essential equipment for space travel, while the top floors are for living rooms and the flying deck. A decent Starship design must adhere to simple guidelines that are flexible to use and fix issues that can develop along the journey that needs to be discovered promptly and be simple for anybody on board to solve. The crew will have approximately 17 by 9 meters of living space divided into 6 floors with a circumference of 9 meters and a height of 60 meters, even if the actual setup can be somewhat different from what is shown. Most of the storage is on the first floor of the Ship 2.0, directly above the fuel tanks. Next to the 2-zone airlock is the external lift retractable deck, which is spacious enough to store a Tesla Model 3 or other vehicles used for mobility when SpaceX finally lands on Mars. A fitness center with various multi-purpose zero-G fitness machines and treadmills for workout activities is on the same floor as the restrooms and showers. Now it's crucial to emphasize that the bathroom and toilet area will need to be constructed to be used either when in zero gravity or under Martian gravity, because the Starship 2.0 will be the astronauts' primary living space when they arrive on Mars. The crew pods located on the 4th floor are specially created to meet the needs of astronauts in zero-G and Martian gravity. However, the configuration of this floor can be changed in response to travel requirements to shorten the journey. For example, since traveling to Mars takes longer, this floor could be configured to contain more people and make more rooms for comfort. For this purpose, Starship 2.0 will be like a container where construction workers and scientists will live comfortably to research and construct Mars infrastructures. And since water is so scarce on Mars, travelers may not have the liberty to overuse water, just like we do here on Earth, not until there is a sure means of getting a steady water supply. As it is a long journey to Mars, having some entertainment is essential. The crew gathers on the 5th floor to eat different delicacies, chill out, and enjoy some entertainment. This floor is created to give astronauts more space to relieve them from the cramped conditions of living on board a spaceship and, to the greatest extent possible, replicate some of the most enjoyable earthly experiences. Finally, the flight deck level is created to fit all crew members at once and is primarily used for ship status monitoring, launch, and landing. Indeed, the Starship will speak comfort with a luxury-looking interior. SpaceX wants to construct a bar and a swimming pool in this particular Starship to provide better means for relaxation. The Starship 2.0 will be a vessel furnished to make travelers forget that they are actually on a 7-month journey in a rocket, meaning that the Raptor 2 that will be firing up the Ship 2.0 will produce lesser noise and emit very low vibrations. With this type of Starship design, thousands of Americans and many people around the globe will nurse the interest to travel in Starship 2.0, perhaps as a means of adventure. Will you want to travel in Ship 2.0 when it finally kicks off? They've been also making upgrades on the outside of the Starship that will change everything. Click on this video to check out SpaceX's new upgrade on Starship's welding.